WNBA thinking about? What are they thinking about? I don't understand. Y- They just, it's just hard to understand. Expansion. We already know they were expanding. We already knew they expanded this year, Golden State. We already knew they were adding a couple more teams in the next 2 seasons. Now it's grown. Now they're doing more. Now it's going to be 17 teams by the year 2030. Adding teams in Cleveland, one where they already failed in having a team in Cleveland. Detroit, they're back in Detroit. Failure there. And now they're jumping into Philadelphia. A fan base that's absolutely brutal. Ask the Sixers. Ask the Eagles when the Eagles aren't good, how the fan base in Philly is. Fan base in Philly don't play. They do not play in Philadelphia. I'm sure Ben Daniel will have some words about this because they're adding a team, which now allows him to drive to go watch a game. Ben Daniel, bro, I know you're going to go to a game in Philly now. It might be in 4 years, but you're going to go to a game in Philly. But now they're going to jump up to 17 teams. Remember the fact that they just signed a deal for television. Well, not really signed a deal. They got a distribution of a deal from the NBA, for which now you're going to divide that money even more. It wasn't bad enough to divide it to 13. Now they're going to divide it to 14. Oh, I remember they're going to go to Toronto as well. So it's, well, where were we? They went to Golden State this year. They're doing Toronto next year. The year after, I guess they're doing Cleveland or whatever. But let's play this press conference for you. Before we start, welcome back everyone to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Hurricane Fairway Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show Mott. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let's just watch this video. It says rewatch the WNBA is expanding. Let's see what they had to say. Let's wait for this silly commercial to pass. Let's jump in. Sorry. Back. Starting soon. How long did they wait to start? Let's see here. Oh, 5, 6, 7. Jeez Louise. Oh, here we go. At the 11-minute mark, they decided to start this thing.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, yes, lots of energy this morning. This is going to be one we will never forget. First of all, thank you so much for joining us here live in New York City and for everyone tuning in on NBA TV and on the WNBA app. My name is Jess Sims, and it is my ultimate honor and privilege to be here today on such a historic day. Joining me on stage this morning is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Oh, yeah, yes. CEO of Rock Entertainment Group, Nick Barlage. Vice Chairman of Pistons Sports and Entertainment, Arn Tellum. And Managing Partner and Co-founder of Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment, Josh Harris. We are also joined today by some absolutely remarkable guests in the audience. We have CEO of Comcast, Brian Roberts. And WNBA legends. We have former Cleveland stars Janice Lawrence and Rusha Brown.
I guarantee none of you have any idea who they are, because I'll be real, I have no idea who they are either. Yeah, I don't have a clue. So yeah, we're gonna introduce the whole world, make this sound take forever. Um, yeah, let's push this along. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the point.
As we grow our footprint, create more by
Actually,
passionate fan base, 18 teams,
wait.
and it's not.
Being said, we have
There we go.
history to
Sorry.
make. I'm going to get out of the way.
I'm sorry,
so please
folks.
join me in welcoming to the stage Commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert.
Thank you, Jess. It is great to be here. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on what is truly a monumental day for the WNBA. And it's not every day you get to make history, but today we do it 3 times over. So it is my honor to officially announce that the WNBA is expanding from our currently announced 15 teams to 18 teams over the next few years. So on behalf
My bad. I said 17. 18 teams? Lord have mercy. Let's continue.
behalf of the entire WNBA, I'm thrilled to welcome Cleveland and Detroit back and to welcome Philadelphia officially to the WNBA.
All right, we saw enough. Who gives a shit? All right, man. You just heard it. Philly, Cleveland, Detroit. Oh yeah, they got Portland. That's right. I forgot them. Portland and Toronto next year. And then you got 3 more. So 18 teams. Remember, they were at their largest at 16, and then they contracted a bunch of teams to go back to 12. And now they want to go back and go bring back teams in cities that had failures. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Let's do this again. Let's try this again in another in the same city. Let's do it. How about you bring someone back to Miami? Yeah, please don't. I would love to watch Caitlin Clark play here, but please don't, because Miami Soul, whatever you want to call them, will have no one there. There'll be nobody there for any game except for Indiana, as long as Caitlin Clark is playing in Indiana. This is absolute lunacy, man. I just can't understand the logic of expanding a league to 18 teams when you just did a deal and now you're going to divide money more by more teams, which means the pot gets less for every single team. They just added Golden State. Portland and Toronto start next year. Then you got Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly. And you're sitting here and you're telling us with a straight face. I mean, not to mention they're in the CBA right now. I don't know what's going on. But there are questions of why they're expanding now. Caitlin Clark is why they're expanding now. Let's be real. They're expanding now because of Caitlin Clark. Like, that's the only reason that they would consider doing that. Otherwise, it would have been done before, and it wasn't. It wasn't done before. The 11. How does this affect the 2.2 billion in TV rights? Now it's the 11-year deal didn't seem like it would age well then, and it seems less likely to age well now. The WNBA broadcast rights might well be worth more than that in the coming years. The good news with WNBA, according to the sources, that the league and its media partners can reevaluate the rights fees after 3 seasons of the deal. Okay, so they're still dividing the money, but you actually have to prove people are watching more than one player play the game. And you haven't proven that. In fact, the ratings are the same as they were last year. Maybe they're worse. I'm not sure exactly, but they're not anywhere. They're not better. Again, they're one player makes them better. The rest of the league is not better. Expanding the league puts the players in an even stronger bargaining position because it shows how much greater interest there is. This does not show greater interest in the league. Like, people keep doing 2 things at once. It's not showing interest in the league. I can show you TV viewership is not, it's the same as last year. That's not more interest. Charter flights again. Oh my word. This stuff is silly, people. It's silly. It's silly. How is the WNBA expansion different from 98 to 2000 when the league grew quickly to 16 teams by its 4th season, but then contracted? It's not different. They want to tell you it's different. It's not different. There's the only difference is Caitlin Clark. If you remove Caitlin Clark from the conversation, then their viewership is the same as it was back then. People watched them. People watched WNBA back in 98. I don't know if you understand that. People watched WNBA 98, 99, 2000. People were watching the league. Cleveland folded in 2003. Charlotte folded in 06. Houston folded in 08. Sacramento folded in 09. Miami, Orlando, and Portland lasted just 3 seasons. Orlando moved to become the Connecticut in 03, but the other 2 folded. Now they want to bring another team back to Portland. So they're just putting teams back in locations that they had them before and hoping that this time it'll work. Detroit moved to Tulsa for the 2010 season, then to Dallas for 16. Then Utah moved to San Antonio in 03, then to Vegas. It's Golden State paid an estimated $50 million for his franchise, while the 3 new teams paid an estimated fee of $250 million. I mean, it's like expansion fees. They go right to those are the one things that go to the owners, like in the NBA. I think it is the same thing. The expansion fees go to the owners. You don't have to divide that with players. At least in the NBA, you don't. Oh my God, man. You have a league right now with 156 players, and they need to add another 50 players or so. 50 players over the next for 5 more teams. Actually, 60 players. My bad. 60 players for 5 more teams, as is 12 players per team. There's no talent in the league, man. Where is the talent going to come from? They need to expand to 15-player teams. That's number one. They need to expand to 15-player teams. But what you're actually doing now is you're sitting here telling me that no. They're going to be at 12. Well, if they're at 15, so now you need like another 75 players. Well, you need more than that because you need another 3 players per team that's currently in the league right now. So you're talking about, I mean, are you watching what's going on? If you go to 15 players right now, you would add 39 players to the rosters. There's no talent for that. You make it 18 times 15, you're talking about 90. I'm sorry, 18 times 15, you're talking about another 114 players to the league. Are you watching the lack of talent that's in the league right now? There's no talent. It's bad. Here's the thing that these teams are forgetting is that Detroit, for example, the Detroit Shock won the championship. So this isn't about winning and losing. This is about people just don't go. While you might have more people go now than were going before, I'm going to have to presume that the Detroit Shock were drawing fans because they were winning championships. And yet they still got moved to Tulsa. So if you're being moved, even when you're winning championships, what does that say about your league? Remember, the ABL had a team in Philadelphia. The ABL didn't survive. Like this is the thing that you have to remember is that expansion is going to dilute the talent you have, which you don't have much of. So I'm going to give you an example right now. You're going to have how many expansion drafts go off at the same damn time right now? How many expansion drafts can you have, right? Think about that for a second. You have an expansion draft next year that's going to take 2 more players off of teams. And then you're going to have another one and then another one. So you're going to be, these teams are not going to have talent. And some of y'all may think, oh, well, the college ranks have more talent, but all that has done is dilute the league. So you're going to have players that are not that good from college that are now going to make WNBA franchises. Could it create some more parity in the league? I mean, I think there's pretty decent parity in the league right now as it is, in the fact that you can have 500 teams be a 4 seed or a 5 seed or a 6 seed or like a 500 team was a 6 seed. So last year in Indiana. So there is a parity that's already exists in the league. Hell, for Christ's sakes, you see what Golden State's doing right now. They've been unbelievable. I mean, Golden State with the team of role players has got wins over just about everybody. It's insane. They're doing a great job. So it's hard for me to just discount them in terms of winning because you have players that are role players that are playing so hard. They're playing within a system. They're trusting, they're believing. Whereas you have the teams that with stars that are just not playing a system and not believing, they're not trusting. But how many Golden State franchises are you going to have in terms of expansion drafts? Typically, expansion teams don't do very well. Just the reality. But again, this is just a weird dynamic that the WNBA has created. I don't really get it. I don't get it. I will never get it. You're rushing to do something that you probably should be waiting a little bit longer to do. And if you can't show viewership without Caitlin Clark in games, How much money do you think you're going to be able to renegotiate in television deals? We'll see. I think this is a rush to do something that they should be waiting on, but the WNBA is really trying to maximize on Caitlin Clark's presence, but at the same time, allowing her to get absolutely smashed physically with play that a lot of people consider dirty. Other people say it's physical. Some people consider it dirty. But if she's not playing, how many people are watching? Who's watching other games right now? I should go check with Ben Daniel, see who's watching other games that she's not a part of. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. I think this is a rush to do something, and it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. That's just my opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. This is Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Come on now.